Hello everyone, so this is a video of how to utilize supplementation on a budget. So if you have seen the previous vlogs from my show day, you will know that I am a university student, and sometimes it can get a little bit difficult to budget out everything and fit everything when you're a bodybuilder, because the food consumption is really high. Supplementation can get really deep and really into too much detail, and can be a lot of the things that are used can be not used depending on your capabilities. So if you're a student or you're just on a budget and you're trying to figure out which supplements you want or would rather invest your money in, I hope this video finds you or you find this video helpful. Um, and let's get straight into it. But before we do, I want you to help me with this playlist of the things on a budget that you would like to see. So if it's food wise, shopping, more supplementation videos, because I'm gonna do like a budget or bodybuilding on a budget playlist, and whichever content you guys prefer or want to see more of, I will obviously invest more time into that. So the first thing, in my opinion, is if you're trying to budget out your supplements, is you have to take out of your head, or not think of protein powder as a supplement. You should put that within your food budget. So we're not going to be talking about that. If you are able to get in your protein requirements as a bodybuilder for your goals without protein powder, then that's happy and it's good for you. But if you can't and you need the protein powder, then you need to include it within your food budget. It's easier that way, and it relieves your mind and relieves a little bit of stress. Just try it out for yourself, and you'll feel like it's a different scenario, because when you think of it that way, you automatically take off 70, maybe 80 euros or dollars off your supplement budget if you think of protein powder as part of the food haul that you're shopping for. The second thing is, in my own personal opinion and belief, like, no matter how beginner, intermediate, or expert you are in lifting, whether you're natural or enhanced, you need to have creatine in your supplementation. Like, there's nothing but enough research out there about creatine, and what it does for hypertrophy and strength gain. It helps keep your muscles hydrated, retains intracellular water, reduces injury, speeds up the process of converting ADP to ATP, so you're able to contract the muscle for a stronger and a longer period of time. There's just nothing but amazing research about creatine, and nothing negative so far, and it's the most research and the oldest out there. So you should have that in your list as a number one. And then creatine is a cheap supplement. So we're talking, like, my personal experience, I've never seen a Tupperware of creatine more expensive than 30 euros. that's maybe 32 or $33. So like that's considered cheap. The second thing I would recommend is a multivitamin. So I mean, considering you're eating your vegetables and your fruits daily, you're probably gonna lack a little bit of things here and there, and there are certain things that people lack, especially athletes, like vitamin D3, vitamin K2, sometimes vitamin C. Also, depending on where you live in the world and the resources you have access to food wise, you might lack in different things. So it would be beneficial if you know what you lack and you supplement that in a concentrated dose alone. But if you're on a budget and you can't get, vitamin D alone and vitamin C alone, and mix and match your little doses to make your perfect world, having a multivitamin is going to be the next best option out there for you if you're on a budget. Now, obviously, you still might be lacking a little bit here and there, because if you take a multivitamin, for example, that has 200 or 300 IUs of vitamin D3, it's not the same as taking a pill with 2000 IUs of vitamin D3 if you know you're lacking vitamin D3. But again, it's better than nothing, and no matter how good your nutrition is as an athlete, you're probably going to be lacking one or two vitamins. So having a multivitamin is going to be a number two on my list, and I think it should be on your list as well. After that, you're going to have a good understanding of what is needed as a bodybuilder, what aspects and things in your habitat or environment affect your bodybuilding journey. So, as a bodybuilder, you need nutrition, you need hydration, you need sleep, and you need recovery. Well, sleep and recovery goes together, and recovery also falls a little bit under nutrition, but it kind of has its own sector to a certain degree, in my opinion, because there are a lot of things that you can do to enhance your recovery, that is different, or that is on top of nutrition and sleep. So if you understand these four key things and you're able to break them down, and you're able to understand what lacks in from those four main aspects of your progression, then you can supplement the things that you need specifically for that improvement or for that progression to take place. Meaning, if you know that you're someone who has insomnia and can't sleep really well, then maybe using something like a sleeping aid from the supplement store, with a little bit of magnesium, zinc, a little bit of glutamine, a little bit of GABA, for example, and melatonin, will do the job for you, and you can go to bed. So not only have you added or targeted a main aspect of recovery and progression in bodybuilding, but you've also utilized one single supplement that contains 5 or 6 very good supplements that you would have invested your money in if you had the funds. You would have typically bought your magnesium, your zinc, your melatonin, your GABA, because you obviously know or have heard all the nice things about what magnesium, how it makes you relax, and the cramps in the muscles and all that stuff. So instead of buying magnesium alone, well, I know I'm having cramps, but I also know I lack my sleep, so I'll just buy a sleeping aid. Or you have digesting problems, you can't digest the food, you're having stomach issues, you might want to invest in glutamine or a probiotic. And that will target that aspect of nutrition, because if you're having issues digesting, then you can't absorb the food, then you can't build the muscle, and you can't recover. If you know, for example, or you think that you have issues in stress and you can't manage your stress really well during the day, then investing in certain supplements that reduces your cortisol levels, like ashwagandha or similar ones, might be of benefit. Now, if you think you're the opposite of the person who's stressed or the person who has insomnia, and you think you're sleepy and you're lethargic all the time and you're really tired all the time and you're just not finding that energy to push in your workouts, then maybe investing in a pre-workout is what you need. And you can, play around with the dosages of things that you need and find the one that works for you with the perfect caffeine, citrulline, beta alanine um, uh, contents, and you just carry on from there. And your requirements might change throughout your off season or your prep. So just because, for example, currently I am 2 weeks or 3 weeks post show, my sleep is kind of not in the best situation at the moment. I am lacking um, a good night's sleep, basically, because it's difficult to find the homeostasis in the body at the moment. So investing in a sleep aid would be what I would do for now. Maybe later on during the off season, I know, for example, based on experience, that when my carbs go up to 700 and 800 grams a day, I will need a pre-workout, because eating that much carbs makes me feel lethargic, and I need the caffeine. Um, and other times, for example, during exam season in college, I will probably end up buying ashwagandha, because I will need the relief of stress and to drop my cortisol levels. And it's a kind of like a puzzle, and as long as you understand what you need, you can manage to fit it in within your budget.